Hi, my name is Jeff from Faymonville and I'm here to teach you some tips and tricks about the use of our Faymonville MegaMax. This block is used to keep the bottom plate centered in the fifth wheel. After we connect the truck to the trailer, we have to tighten up this nut just to make sure that this plate will always stay in the same position as the fifth wheel. In front of our gooseneck you can find the regular connections: air supply, brake supply, hydraulic supply and electrical supply for our trailer. In here we have our connector for the steering, for the remote control of the steering. We can just plug it in. First of all, put the receiver onto the trailer with a magnet. Then connect our plug like this, and that's it. You will have a remote control like this to operate the steering of the trailer. The left light will turn on the moment your truck is straight in front of your trailer. The right light will turn on the moment your axles are aligned up. The middle light on this trailer has no function. On top of the gooseneck you can find the pony motor. To start the pony motor, turn the choke on, make sure that valve is open and turn the ignition key to the right. The motor will start. If you want to start the motor while the lines are under pressure, you can change this valve to the start position. Herewith you connect pump and tank, so the motor will start more easy. When you want to work with the trailer, always turn it back to its working position, like that. On the control panel of the gooseneck you can find 3 gauges: M1, M2 and P. P means pump. This is the pressure you receive from the pump. M1 and M2 are the gauges for the steering. Always make sure that your steering is at least at 35 bar when you start to drive. When your steering is below 35 bar, you need to activate the pony motor, switch the steering button on, steer left and right, and you will see the gauges coming up above 35 bar. Then you're okay to drive. Here you can find 3 levers: 1, 2 and 3. The first 2 levers, they command the support below the gooseneck. The third lever will lift the gooseneck up or push the gooseneck down to disconnect the gooseneck from your low bed. This button over here, when you switch it on, this will light up your light over here when you work at night. You don't always need to switch it off, because the light will automatically switch off when you switch off your trailer lights. Below the gooseneck you will find 2 buttons. One red button to pull. This button will depressurize the steering. You can check that after doing that on those 2 gauges. The other button is there to deactivate the steering. First put the lights of your truck on, then switch the button and press the steering. The steering will be deactivated. You will have 4 fixed axles at the rear of your trailer. This can be used in emergency cases when you want to get off the street and you have steering problems. This lever over here needs to be opened to extend the trailer and always needs to be closed while driving. To open this lever, pull out the security pin, push it down until it's straight. To extend the trailer, put on a wooden block under the trailer, lower down the gooseneck until it touches the block, apply the brakes of the trailer and drive forward. The trailer will extend. Once the trailer is extended, you need to lock it in position. Close this one. Always make sure that this pin is in completely. After that, you can secure it with the security pin. When you disconnect your gooseneck from the rear of your trailer, it's very important not to forget to disconnect your hydraulic lines and your electric lines. To disconnect your hydraulic lines, push the small red button next to it, pull the lever down, and your hydraulic lines are disconnected. Always keep this quick coupling out of the dirt, so put it onto your trailer. Or take a small plastic bag to put over it. On this side, we disconnect our electric lines and air supply. Also very important to keep them out of the dirt. Now it's time to disconnect the gooseneck. First of all, we take out our pins. Take it out, put it into the parking position so you don't run over it. After that, we will lower our gooseneck until it's unhooked in front of the bed. When your hooks are free, we will put our supports on the rear of the chassis of the truck. Then drive forward. To reattach the gooseneck, we connect it back, lift the gooseneck up, lift up the bed until it's completely off the ground. It will automatically slide in a good position. And after that, you can secure the pin and lift up the cylinders again. Lifting them up. Don't forget to secure the pin. Now we can connect the cables again. Before we go, we have to pressurize the steering. We remember from the beginning of our video that we have to have 35 bar pressure on our steering at all times. So we just steer left and right until we have more than 35 bar on our steering. Now we're good to go. To increase the pre-camber of your low bed, put a wooden block under the low bed, lower the gooseneck, lower the back of your trailer, put in this extra shim between your low bed and the rear of your trailer. Then your trailer will be a little more pre-cambered. It will become straight after you loaded your trailer. The control panel, you can see here, controls the suspension of your rear part of the trailer. Pull it out for driving position. Push it in, turn left to go up and right to go down. You can see here a turning switch. Turn it to the left to have lower driving position. Turn it to the right to have higher driving position. Below here you can find a loading chart which compares the pressure on this gauge with a certain weight per axle. Always put it on driving position when you drive. Here we can find our handbrake, pull to activate, push to release. This is an emergency brake release. Pull to apply, push to release. This knob over here is to activate or deactivate the lift axle. Turn it to the left to put the axle on the ground, turn it to the right to lift the axle up. If you change the position of this knob, always do it with the trailer completely down. At the rear of your trailer, you will find a button to activate the strobe. Switch the button to the top to activate the strobe with the lights of your truck. Switch the bottom in the middle position to switch it off, switch the button down to activate the strobe with the battery inside of your trailer. To lift up the last axle, first of all, we need to take out the steering rod. After that, we will secure our last steering axle with this device. Secure it with the pin. Unhook the bottom pins, take a forklift and flip over the last axle. This steering rod can be secured on that spot. The button over here is exactly the same as the one on the rear of your triaxle. This button over here, we push to load the trailer lines, we pull for emergency. This button over here, we need to push to dump the air out of the last axle. We pull to activate it. To extend the width of your low bed, lift up here till it is secured, put on a block of wood, the height of your low bed. Then you can load on top of this and your low bed. If you're finished, lift it up again, turn it back, push it down to make it secure. This one over here is used to load a container. It's not to secure the container, but just to keep it in position. You still have to secure the container with chains. Thank you for watching this training video. Faymonville, trailers to the max.